this attitude again, too, on top of it all. We are not alive. We're not really here.
Not really.
This is a figment of your imagination. This is the Matrix. Dun dun dun. Any thoughts?
Good morning, everybody. I think it's on me today. Subject is the middle. It's easy starting things, and when you're at the end of something, it's easy to finish it. Everything happens in the middle. The middle is where you have to stick to it, or you never finish anything. If when you get to the middle you go, oh, this is too much slog, you will stop in the middle, in the quicksand, and suffocate, and disappear. The middle. The middle's where it all really happens. It's not New Year's Eve when you commit to the idea of doing something. It's not 3 years from then when you've lost all the weight. No, it's the 3 years in the middle that are the hard work that every day you'll go, well, what if I just did it once a week? What if I just did it twice a week? What if I just backed off?
I don't care.
God, in the world of things, I need a conversation. I'm live and on the air. Yes, I need to fix it, but I'm on the air. You're on the air. Can you talk to them?
Yes. Hey, hi. How you doing?
How you doing today, Ross?
Not good.
What's going on?
I'm just not feeling good.
Well, no, it's more. You know more than I'm just not feeling good.
I get the feeling that I don't really want to do much of anything right now, and I don't know if that's just me in my head. I don't know if that's valid. I don't know if it's.
Well, you were expressing you feel like you don't know how to be you, or you feel like you're supposed to be a personality.
That, like, it's more that I feel like I don't know how to be me. I don't know how to just exist and be comfortable in the situation the way that I feel like I need to be. It's not so much that I want to be a personality. It's just I want to be comfortable in the situation. When I feel uncomfortable in the situation, it feels like I can't do it.
Why not bring the uncomfortable in the situation to the show that's not about putting on a show so we can talk about it?
That works.
You know what I mean? That part of being comfortable is supposed to be that we're building a show where you feel like you can exist, where you can be you, that there isn't some overwhelming need to put on a mask. We talk about masks all the time, and our goal is to not do that here. To share with you guys the good and the bad, the hard, the easy, and figure it out. That you said you felt like the part of the show that didn't work was you. That you don't like your part. I value your part more than you. That this conversation is what the entire idea for the show was based on. That was the whole point, was that there were going to be days like that, but we weren't going to run away.
Well, it ends up feeling like I've always felt like I wasn't upbeat enough. Like, I look at songs I make, and I just look at them and I'm like, why is there no happy shit? Like, why is there nothing that I...
But you have a bunch of happy shit that you won't listen to or play.
I've listened to the happy stuff, and I've looked at it, and I'll look at it, and I'll feel like, why is everything else that comes out of me not this? Why can't I do more of this?
Why are you questioning how you express yourself? Why are you not trying to let yourself... You have forums. Most people don't have any forum to get it out. You have forums 5 days a week. You have music. There's a place where you can come and even, like, you can talk here, you can talk separately, we can... I think of you as an integral part of the show because that's the back... we're going to have hard days. Do you think there aren't days this is really hard for me? Do you think this is just easy?
necessarily. Just I always look at everyone else, and I guess because they work at not showing it, I always see that there's not necessarily like a day that just feels impossible. Even though when I bring it up and I say, hey, have you ever had a day that just feels impossible? Everyone says, yes, I know what that is.
Every single human being on Earth has experienced this. Every single one. Every single one. On some level. Not identical. Self-doubt's a pretty well analyzed thing because there's a lot of that. The goal is, though, for you not to feel like you have to take that level of analysis before coming here. That you're running yourself through the ringer thinking you're not good enough, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're brilliant. I love you here. That I can't do this without you. There's a thing. This is not a one-man show. This isn't a... It's very much in the communication. Now, in order to try and help, we've started talking about we're going to do some shows with some additional people, so the stress isn't bad. The hard part is, this part's our show, it's our flagship show. If we run away from our flagship show, we're cutting, as we are trying to build a radio-style schedule, so that people can come to us and always be looking forward to different kinds of content. You want to cut back on the amount of show. As opposed to the direction we're going in, you're like, no, let's go back the other way. And that scares me, because we're in the middle right now. We're in the push. We've started, that's easy. Look, we're doing something. But now we're in the middle. If you stop pushing in the middle, you start sinking in the quicksand. Car doesn't keep going through if we don't keep pushing it. But I can't push it alone. I don't care if you sit in the driver's seat and turn the wheel for me and don't even push that hard. I'll push really hard, but I still need somebody to steer the car. You know what I mean? As my metaphor winds down to the point of silliness. But as is often the case, like, hold on, let me extend my metaphor out as far as I can. What I need is a cat in the back seat. No, the car doesn't need a cat. No cat required. The sugar would probably be there. I want to help. I want to figure it out in a way where we don't have to give up where we are and back up, but you feel more supported. Because I care. I know we get very heated, because I end up feeling very... I feel betrayed. And I don't mean like there's malice behind that. I don't think that you're maliciously going, I'm going to get mad. I don't think that at all. I don't. I know that there are moments where it can feel like we're in that antagonistic kind of thing where one of us is whatever, but I want you to know that what I'm trying to do is figure it out with you. I'm trying to make it, I think, there's a value to what we're doing. I think we're talking about real stuff. I think lots of people get to where we're at right now. I think most of them fail right here, actually. I think the middle is where it usually goes. But most people don't make it to the end. I as you know, feel drawn to somehow finish what I'm doing. Or at least put out every effort I have. It means on the days when it hurts, I feel like I have to, and on the days when I give it up, I feel like I failed. And then, like, even though, for those of you that don't know, I'm dealing with a really bad head cold, sore throat, etc. No, I haven't gotten tested for it yet. Yes, I probably will. We have some tests here. But so I've got a really bad headache and a sore throat, and so we canceled the morning shows. I feel like an absolute failure for that. It crushes me. Literally crushes me. I know what the point of those shows are. I know that people I talk to that are in my my realm, the people I talk to about spirituality stuff, all get what I'm doing. They all go, oh my God, that's so simple and so symbolic. They all get it. Pointing out that we could touch the world. That's all we're doing. And in a fun, now, the best part is for us, so when other people would try this, they'd have deep conversations. Oh, let me call somebody and have a deep conversation. I can't deal with that stress. I'll ask some of those questions, but really it's not about that. It's about the idea that the world is so small that I can reach out and tap you on the shoulder. Go, hey, didn't know if you'd know this. We're not out to get you, meaning me and Ross. I get that it feels that way out there in the world. And none of us feel, somehow there's these imaginary lines that make us feel unconnected. I want to show the world that those lines don't mean anything anymore. And if I can do it by doing something silly, I may have watched too many episodes of Who Line It Anyway. Some of this is a little improv. But some of it is a little improv, because part of who I am is a little bit improv. That's a reality. That as much as, and the cool part is, in my head, and I don't mean to in some way take away from how hard it is. I don't mean what I'm about to say tonight. In my head, to a great extent, I'm doing my improv bit, and you're throwing in the straight man part. And then sometimes it reverses, and we call each other out and laugh. We do a lot of that. Because there's an improv aspect to what we're doing. That if you think of it as comedy and improv, which it isn't, I'm not claiming I'm that funny, but if you think of it that way, all your job is to roll with it. All my job is, to some extent, is to roll with it. To find a path through the discussion. To keep working in the middle. That it's easy, like, it's easy to start, easy to end, it's easy to walk away. But in the middle is where the sausage is made, and it's messy.
Well, it ends up like feeling like I'm not used to the idea of feeling like I'm not super good at something. And the feeling that I'm not super good at something really hits at me when I start to feel it.
I think that makes sense.
And it goes and it comes, but it's still, it's a foreign feeling to me, and it doesn't really feel good.
Well, what makes you think you're doing it wrong? Where's that coming from?
Me. I know it's coming from me, but
So you got other people listen to the show, yeah? What's your cousin think?
My cousin liked it. I know that it doesn't make much sense for me to know that the people that I've introduced to the show have liked it, and also not think that I'm that good at it.
It's okay to not think you're good at something. Do you feel like you're getting better at it, or worse? Ladies and gentlemen, I broke all the rules. Yes, I am sick.
I think maybe by virtue of the fact that we're doing it, all the time.
Uh-oh. Keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
Say it, I got you. He's cornered. He's got the paint all around him. I see it now. I see the paint. He was painting the floor. You saw him paint the floor, right? He was painting the floor, and I saw him. He was edging, then he was painting the middle. Now he's in a corner, and the door's over there.
Go ahead.
Yes. But
yes, I think I'm getting better at it because we do it so much.
Yes, but
Please say it because we do it so much.
it hurts though.
No.
Yes, we do it so much. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But
I'm all happy over here. I'm like a puppy dog, man. My tail's all over the place. Go ahead.
it's very much a workout, and it's very much like
Going to the gym.
yeah.
Is going to the gym good for you?
Yeah, but it's painful as hell.
Was good for you.
Yeah.
It's a meditation on being, you said.
Yeah.
Are those things good for you?
Well,
Maybe. What got into your head now? Satan, maybe?
anyways.
This is why we have all conversations on air.
Yeah.
Because then win all the arguments.
Well, I'm not.
He's out there. I'm teasing, man. I'm teasing.
No, it's. Alright.
Not particular. On the show.
When I'm
That cigarette's going down smooth. You know?
when you're grinding it can feel like you're not going anywhere.
When you're grinding it, it can feel like you're grinding it.
Yeah.
And so, this is my pond analogy, the metaphor that I was. If you're a pond, that's the goal right now.
Be the water. You should be the water. Be the water. Cut through the stone. Be the water. Stay calm. Be the water.
Be the water. Somebody throws a big, giant stone in the water. Does it stay calm?
No.
It explodes?
No.
Well, no, it pops, the water goes in. You know, like when it goes in,
it
starts off with the water going in the air. And then there's ripples.
Yeah.
And then it's calm. Quit beating yourself up for the fact you feel the rock go in the water. Even the pond feels the rock go in the water. And yes, there are ripples.
Have you ever
But
like
then it calms.
have you ever polished something? Like a piece of metal or something?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's
you
see
have.
where this goes, folks.
It feels like if you've ever like polished something, sometimes you can be polishing it and like you're in the motion and like get lost in it a little bit, and then before you realize like oh snap, it's like
Beautiful.
smooth. Yeah, like
But you can't, you gotta lose yourself in the polishing process or it'll drive you crazy. Because in the middle you're like, well, that's not clean yet, and that's not clean yet. And
that's exactly what I was thinking.
it didn't really need polish. But does that make you feel better?
I mean, yeah, but yes, it does.
Give me the butt. No, don't stop at the butt.
The
That's
butt
what she
is
said.
the butt is like
The butt is like what?
my heart still hurts.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, my heart still hurts. Like
You feel overwhelmed.
yeah, definitely.
How do we work on? I think we both end up feeling overwhelmed. How do we make it so we don't feel overwhelmed alone? How do we support each other through the parts that are hard?
How do we support each other through the parts that are
How do we make it so we can both count on each other being here for each other?
Repetition. I mean,
Oh, it's not fair that you attack me for my answers and then you give them to me. I don't know how to deal with this. Your answers are my answers.
well, fuck. I messed up part.
I did.
I tried to reverse it.
It was interesting. It went a weird way.
The messed up part is like
Kashima?
the messed up part is I can literally like give advice and then midway realize I'm giving the exact same advice that someone gave me, and I was like vehemently like, no, that's not the answer.
I assume that happens on a daily basis
No,
with
it
you, to be
happens
honest.
pretty frequently.
Yeah, I figured that was pretty regular. Yeah.
It's frequent.
Well, no. Let yourself. Okay, I figured it out. Let yourself be 18. You have more.
I think it's fair that I'm a little bit boneheaded.
I do too. I'm not as boneheaded doesn't bother me. I don't mind boneheaded. I expect boneheaded. Half the humor of the show is you're going to say things only an 18-year-old would say. I'm going to say things a 50-year-old would say. Sometimes though it's funny because it's the reverse. Like we expect that, but it's this. And point out the obvious. I'm white, you're black. You know, he's young, I'm old. And then we see where it goes.
Yeah.
And then I'm learning it's a radio show.
Not really.
To some extent. The whole point of the show about not putting on a show is people need to see this. You're trying to hide it, and I'm telling you, people need to see this. This is the part that makes the show. This is the part that makes them go, oh wow, I get that. I have been there. And then when you sort it all out, or I sort it all out, and we try and figure out why it's all feeling so hard, a lot of times we come up with an answer that somebody out there, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe 10 years from now, finds us somewhere and goes, maybe I can get through the middle.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get through the middle.
There's so much slush involved, but
There's so much. It's the worst part. It's that, no, they're not for profit doesn't mean we shouldn't bring any money in. It's fine that I've mastered that part, but at some point, we have to stay open.
I'll be honest, the one piece that, like, all the positivity people don't emphasize enough, I think, is, like, you're gonna want to quit. Like, you're really gonna want to quit.
Okay. This is why. Okay, so you know how everybody says that namaste thing?
Yeah.
It's the yoga thing. It's everybody understands it. It's I honor, my soul honors your soul, or your spirit, or that I see that there's more to you than just this.
Yeah.
I love that. It's beautiful. It's about angels and flowers and pretty. The reason I am constantly, looking at people and saying namastained instead is because it honors the struggle. That it accepts the idea that the struggle, it takes away the pretty and admits that it's dark.
Yeah.
That this is just as real and just as important, actually more important. Because on the pretty days,
You're learning how much you love pretty days. We all love pretty days. I love pretty days. Do you love pretty days?
I love days that go exactly the way I want them to. Do you? But that isn't how it works. And telling people that's how it works and not admitting how hard it is a disservice. That the one thing we learned when we went off and went to, therapy and were surrounded by people that felt this thing, we're not alone.
Right.
And that's, as much as it seems like a side swipe, that's really what the show's about. The show's about the struggle, about figuring it out. So don't not bring the struggle. If you're feeling it, that's a day to come to the show. That's a day to go, I'm stuck in the middle. So happens, as is the way of my improv, the universe works together. We're going to do a show about being stuck in the middle. It's somehow going to randomly happen on a Wednesday. This is just the reality. Yesterday's Tuesday, one of my big things was
There's
me and
also
you.
a 3 in the middle of the date now. If you look at it.
There is.
It's a random 3.
Well, I was excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow is 2/24/22. It's four twos and a 4. Now, what they were talking about is the next big one that comes up is 3/3/33.
Yeah.
I do have. I will send you. You were worried that you did. I'm assuming you did not get the screenshot you wanted.
No.
I have one from a military clock that says 22,
22,
22,
yeah.
22,
Yeah.
22, yeah, all the way through.
Yeah.
Twos and
I literally had the thought there. I was like, okay, I have 2 chances to get this, which is 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock.
I can switch it over, right?
Right.
I can do this.
Yeah.
I got this.
But I didn't get either. But it's okay.
Do you want to know a secret?
What?
I believe in you. I believe in you on the days you don't. We fight about that.
I do too.
We fight because
It's Brad though.
no, my belief in you doesn't change.
My belief in myself. Does.
I know.
It does.
I know that. That's what's so hard for me is I'm like, no, just come to. For me, I just want to let you go. I get you're upset. Just come do the show. It's okay. I want you to be you. This is the show about not putting on a show. That we're honest about the fact that what we're doing isn't easy, not just based on the.
Oh, can it be you're sitting in front of a microphone just talking, man?
That can't be difficult. I kind of pulled that on you too. I apologize.
Well, you have to. Well, the difficulty of it really is, to some extent, you have to like isolate yourself from society. Even if even if you're going to work every day and you're doing what you got to do, or you're doing the social media stuff, like, it can often, or at least for me, it often feels like doing this is isolating me from society.
I think.
And focusing on something that I care about feels like I'm not including myself in what I could be including myself in. If that makes any sense at all.
I have said for a while,
Mm-hmm.
you having a social life would help.
Mm-hmm.
that to some extent there was going to come a point where you felt like an 18-year-old stuck here with a 50-year-old. For those of you that don't know, we deal with each other all day and all night. We live here, we eat here, we feed the fish here, no, we won't go into all that.
Well, I've
that's hard.
I've at least tried to keep up a social life, but I will say it's very difficult to.
Well, the problem was your concept of social life was very isolating before this even.
Yes.
Because we both have a history here of isolation. And that can be one of the big struggles down here. That there have been, December was rough, Matt wouldn't get up.
I will say I came back in the fall, I came here in the fall, which is
That's funny.
Summertime is usually every weekend I'm going out.
Well, and we did to some extent.
Yeah.
We had big plans, and then it felt like we got.
We were going out all the time.
So part of what happened was, I'm not comfortable in that world, so I was trying to reach out, and then I got burned really bad.
Right.
And it's hard. I don't want to diagnose myself with. I hate when people give diagnoses. If anything, do I suffer from some form of PTSD where it's the feeling constantly that the bottom will come out from under me, beyond my control, that I will have worked my ass off, and then turn around and realize
no one was with you.
Well then, yeah, and not only that, but there's no way to even do what I planned because
Right.
I'm not supported.
Right, I get that.
And it represents all of my adult life.
Yeah.
It's not to say there haven't been people that were there and supported me.
That's
But
not an easy thing to deal with.
All of my adult relationships are based on that dynamic. I am severely codependent. And so some of what I'm doing is trying to not be. That doesn't mean I'm codependent on a little buddy though. That's some of the dynamic. So I'm frustrated that I feel abandoned.
Well, it's difficult because I have the habit of when I feel like a situation is starting to go wrong, I want to leave. I want to exit.
No, I know.
And like, I don't want to take the time it takes to develop an exit strategy or any of that bull. I just want to like
Run.
yeah, you know.
For all your worth.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to not. It feels like I at least need to communicate that, like in a situation where I know that someone needs me. I at least need to communicate that it's scary and I feel like I need to run. I don't know if you relate to that at all, but
I do actually. I do. That's where this was where I came to. This was where I came to. This is why this room exists. I didn't exist in my own home. I created this office. And then I added a pond in the middle of my depression. People would come down and see me and go, oh, I didn't shower a lot.
I think I'm up to every other day now.
I won't go into it. I know that there are pieces of me shutting down constantly. I am constantly watching for the ticks of my anxiety. I always think of anxiety as that rise of the roller coaster and those ticks as you get higher and higher as it's pulling you up the slope and getting ready to drop you off. I still hear all the ticks. I've trained myself to keep an eye on them. And I know I'm on the razor's edge. I don't think people always realize that. They don't just look at the hair on my neck and go, oh, I do. I know that. If I don't look trimmed and kept and I'm showing up to do a show in shorts, switching out whichever sweatshirt I'm wearing so at least looks like I changed sweatshirts. All of these are things I've never done before. I've tried to be receptive to the idea that I'm finding paths and pieces. But as I have more people reaching out to me and wanting to me and be involved in stuff, that's really scary to me.
Why?
Why? Because I'm right where you are with all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm worried when I'm in a group that I'm talking too much. I'm worried. I hear every person that's ever said, well, the problem is Matt just never shuts up. There's lots of those. I've had that. Matt thinks he knows everything. Matt thinks he's too smart. Look at all the big words Matt's using. He's just covering. It's all some kind of judgment.
Yeah.
10-10 on the happiness scale, that's where you're at today? I thought we were doing the show about not putting on a show. 10-10 with Rice.
Up there, right? Right? No doubt about it.
You know, the reality is, though, I am in a good place. I'm in the only place I can be. I'm right here. I don't know what numbers to put to it. I have some anxiety about where we're at financially. Some stress. Yeah, I deal with depression every day.
What were the things that they used to ask us about? Was it anxiety and depression?
Anxiety and depression. So for me, I always did 3. I always did stress, anxiety, and depression. Because the reason I separated stress and anxiety is in the adult world.
Stress is a little bit different.
Well, this
Stress
is
is like
the outside forces.
Yeah.
Anxiety is your reaction.
Personal things, yeah.
So for me, if I could realize on a day that the stress was higher than the anxiety, then technically
doing
I'm
all right.
winning.
Yeah.
I'm winning. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if there's real world stressors,
Right. Things are going on in your life.
you should have some anxiety.
You should have some anxiety a little bit, yeah.
Well, and then the last one is depression. You know, and invasive thoughts. Are you I'm telling you, self-talk's huge. It's a big piece of where depression falls. And for me, I had to approach. It was gratitude that made it easier. I started working on being thankful for everything. And the number of things I was thankful for outweighed the number of things that I wasn't.
Well, I'm pretty thankful that I don't really see self-deletion as an option anymore.
I am too.
So,
I am too.
that's everything.
I cherish you and value you as a person. Namaste. No, I see your struggle. I don't measure struggles or compare struggles, but my struggle knows you struggle. I see that, and I honor how hard that is. All I'm asking is let's come here to work on it. Let's be honest with our people.
I just hit myself with this sort of pain. That hurt.
Well, you gotta understand that karma's a complicated thing. That sometimes the rubber band will get you. You know, that it's people try to simplify karma down to like some cause and effect, like it's just you can know exactly what the karma was or something. I'm big on the idea that if you are giving to the world and see giving and receiving is the same, you'll find a lot more of that than you will the other. But if what you're concentrating on is the bad, then you'll find that. You know, the mirror will show you what you're looking for. Who's the fairest of them all? Well, I like to always remember the 2 dogs, the happy dog and the angry dog. And when they walk into the box, the first one comes out even happier, the second one comes out even angrier. Because what you see is a reflection of yourself in the world. I honestly believe if you're at a point where what you're feeling is that way about yourself, it expands to the other people around you. And it's hard to not blame them for how you're feeling. What I'm trying to say is that gratitude works the same way. That if, and by that I don't mean, oh my God, I'm so grateful. I mean, just noticing. There are things we're grateful for, you know? You know, we are managing to do this. Have you looked at how far we've come? We were both in therapy 12 months ago. We were both at one of the lowest points in our life 12 months ago. I was not yet in therapy. I was not yet even in group. It's not till March that I even start really writing a ton. And 12 months. look at how far you've come. We have over 30 podcasts out. Okay. You have 5 songs up. There is a website. It's not great. There's Facebook, there's YouTube, and now there's Anchor. There's Spotify. The hardest part is what we're building is an audience. And we're in the middle of building an audience, so the applause is really quiet.
I saw a thing that said, you have to clap for yourself when no one's there.
Mm-hmm. And you don't do that. How often do you stop and you're grateful for Ross? He's gotten you this far. Ross has gotten Ross this far. Ross has gotten him through everything that he's faced so far.
I do practice gratefulness, just not as often as I should. I guess, like, I try to work at questioning negative thoughts, but I still have times when the negative thoughts race, and it ends up feeling like I can't do anything about it.
I get that.
And it's something that I gotta figure out. I gotta work towards trying to maybe reel it back, not reel it back in, like actively defend myself against those thoughts.
You've made it through every show we've ever started that you showed up for.
Yeah.
And I don't remember very many where you stormed off at the end. I remember a lot where, we were in that spot at the beginning. And that by the end of it, you had found some of your joy. I feel that. I want to share that with you. I don't know how to make it so you don't feel the part before, though. I don't know how to make it so that when you're in the middle, you don't remember that there's a joy at the end. I don't want you to rob yourself of how much you are a part of this. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about our communication. This is a great show because it's real. We're talking about the middle and we're feeling in the middle.
I tell you what, someone told me something yesterday that kind of made me happy. Because they were asking me how old you were.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I showed my friend that video of me doing Come Dance.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, it's not my style, but there's definitely people that don't love this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I was like, okay. And then you said something at the end of the video, and she was like, oh, how old is this person? And I was like 50. And they were like, so you're doing a podcast with a 50-year-old? And I was like, yeah. So you and a 50-year-old? And I was like, yeah. And I thought about it, and I was like, okay, yeah, that is kind of interesting.
It's literally just like people. And then if we throw in the race card and we throw in the age card, people are suddenly like, really?
Yeah.
Really? So I've listened to your angry rap music. So how's that going?
Actually, I don't think they've heard that angry stuff either.
That's part of you hate the happy stuff the most, but you like to share it with people because it's happier, because you don't want them to realize how fucking angry you are. Danger! Get out of the
Well, the thing is, like, I've worked so hard my whole life at hiding the anger piece. I've really worked hard at that. I'll be honest.
Is this the only place where you're allowed, where you finally found your voice?
I'll be honest. The hard part about it is, like, it comes out so much when you live with me. Like, it's a part of me, definitely, but I work very hard at, like I used to even jokingly get mad at people so they would be more calm when I'm actually mad. Like, that was something I worked at. Like, I remember when I was in class one time and somebody was joking around. So, like, I started doing like the little man and angry bit.
Here you go. Let's see what it looks like. What's the little man angry bit look like? Grr.
No. I'm telling you. I walk up on people and I'd be like, hold my arms out like this, all jokingly, and I'm like, "Grr, I'm so mad." Like,
I've seen that look. I've seen that.
No, it was all a joke.
No,
like,
I know you're fake. I know you're fake.
You know,
You're joking. I've seen it.
I really like that. I work really hard at like making sure people are comfortable around me. But when you live with me, it's really hard not to see that I'm a very angry individual, and I have a lot of anger, and I still work at trying to calm it down.
I wish you could not beat yourself up so hard, because I feel like that's where a lot of the anger comes from.
I think so.
That I think the anger is directed at a lot of other things, but I think a lot of it is your internal monologue is really hard on Ross. Mine, for the record, mine too. It's really hard on Ross. No, I'm joking. Mine's really hard on me, actually.
No, I often like stop and think, okay, his internal thoughts must be really bad to him, because like I know that a lot of times when we argue, it can get really heated, but also I know that a lot of times when we're arguing, we're really arguing with ourselves.
Oh, God, yeah.
And a lot of it is that we don't really feel confident, or we don't really feel 100%, so it comes out like we're trying to attack, when really we're just trying to figure it out.
We're both filled with anxiety about making this work.
Yeah.
And so you're in the middle.
Yeah. We're in the middle.
How do we remember we're not alone in the middle? How do we, okay, so we're going to have arguments. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't going to be some of that. There always is. What I'm saying is, how do you remember that you're not alone, though? That, okay, that, yeah, you're going to have moments of having to try and figure it out, but forward is the only direction you can go.
The only, like, thing I can remember is just keep swimming from
But that's literally, that's it. That most of life is just keep swimming. That even if you only move this much each day forward, you're moving forward. If you're in hell, don't stop.
Until the day that I literally can't, like, until the day that the positives feel like they're not even there anymore, until the day when literally it's not even positive, like it's just negative. Until that day, I don't even view leaving as an option. Like, it comes in my mind and it crosses my mind. Yes, it does. It does. It scares me. It scares me when it crosses my mind. It
scares you.
I know. It's
I'll still have to do a show.
It really scares me when it crosses my mind, because it feels like I'm giving up on something that could be amazing.
What if you take that option off the table? Seriously, in your head, what if you just go, nope, I'm not going to give myself that option anymore? That's what I have to do to myself. Okay, I don't get to quit. Which, for the record, sucks in the days other people are.
I will say it's not an option until my anxiety runs, and I just have to figure out a way to make it not an option when my anxiety is still running.
Right. Well, I think you have to decide your anxiety isn't what defines you. Like, I had to come to terms with my anxiety. I had to accept that it was always going to be there. Like, I'm never going to not have anxiety. I had to decide that it was my superpower. It's the thing that keeps my ego under control. But I can look at it as a thing over there now instead of a thing I have to react to. Oh, yep, you know what, don't get cocky. The reality is this could all go bad. And that anxiety is the piece that reminds you that tomorrow could be harder. And so if you turn it, for me, I apologize, I don't mean to suggest this works for everybody. This was a real, legitimate thing I had to come to terms with. So that when I think of my anxiety and talk about my anxiety, I talk about how that's the piece that keeps me from buying into it. It's the piece that keeps me humble. It's the piece that keeps me from thinking somehow, oh, you know, the sun rises and sets out my ass, or anything like that.
The tough, I can definitely relate this to, like, the way it felt when I was, before I went to the hospital.
Right.
I had to get comfortable with the idea that self-deletion wasn't an option, but it's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get really comfortable with the idea that it was a thought and it was a consistent thought.
Right.
Even though I knew it wasn't an option and I knew I wasn't going to do it, it was still a thought, and I still had to communicate that this is a thought in my head.
Right.
And I have to figure out a way to communicate that these are the thoughts that I'm having, but I'm not going to do it, but it's a thought, and I don't know what to do about this thought. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to set it down. I don't know how to make sure that it doesn't come back. I don't know how to push it away. It's putting itself in my face, and it's like, go away. Like, I don't want this thought anymore, you know?
Well, so what it reminds me of is we watched A Beautiful Mind the other day. And we were talking about how, so A Beautiful Mind is about a gentleman with, what would technically be prescribed? Schizophrenia. He had schizophrenia, and he had severe delusions to the point where he saw people. What we were talking about is how that relates to the idea of what's going on internally. Okay, you don't have these people that are out here, but you have those people inside. And what he had to do was learn to ignore them. Not see them. They were still there.
Well, it's a thought of, like, the intrusive thought thing. I can totally, like, if I just relate his delusions to literally my intrusive thoughts, it makes the same.
It makes the same sense.
point. Yeah.
That's what I kind of love about that movie, because it does it in a way where you're examining it where most of us don't suffer from schizophrenia. I know some people that do. It's very real watching that movie. For those of us that don't suffer from schizophrenia, it's a great metaphor for seeing what's really going on inside and how you have to go, that's not real. And the voice, as opposed to telling you to go off and you're now in the FBI or CIA or whatever the delusion was, the voice in your head is telling you you're not good enough. That's the voice that's screaming
That's
at
what
you.
it's really telling you.
And I think the answer is you have to look back at that voice and go, but maybe I'll be better tomorrow. That I appreciate what you're saying there, I'm working at it. Okay. Yeah, no, good to keep that in mind. All I can do is get better. Sorry. I don't know what to do with that anxiety. In the sense that once you pull it out and go,
Right.
well, I don't have a lot of options for how to deal with this. One is I can just walk away. We know that one, right? That's an option. The anxiety won't be gone, though. If you come back, you'll still have that same anxiety. You won't have gotten past it. You will have walked away from it. So it's still there. Undealt with, and you're probably still carrying it around and now feel a guilt on top of it all.
Yeah.
I love anxiety. Anxiety, like, it takes you down a road where you're reacting to it, and then you get to the end and you go, oh. So here's my, we're all crippled in some way. Sucks to be you, man. I know. Me too some days. That actually it was the sucks to be you, man. I know. Me too some days should be a meme. That's the simplest, like, that's it right there in a nutshell, what we're talking about. You feel alone because of your anxiety instead of understanding that's a very real thing for all of us. Instead of holding it in and caring for it like it's your child and feeding it, the trick is bring it out here where we can go, oh yeah, dude, I see you. I know you're there. I see the anxiety and I want to be here for you. I want to figure it out as opposed to fight over it. And I love this is the show. This right here. It was real. You were here. I was here. This is the goal. This is the goal.
It's really annoying that usually I won't be here after a really big argument.
Well, but the cool thing was,
Either that or we just both started off really, like, having a really good day.
well, the weird thing was, no, we went at it a little bit right before. You weren't even talking to me. When we, okay, we're going to make an admission here. When we went live, no, this room was silent.
Yeah.
There was no, I was, and he was like, He was working on, Ross was putting stuff up or doing something, and we were, well, yeah.
We were in the same room, but we weren't both.
That happens. That happens. My phone went dead. Not dead, but like it was like all of a sudden it couldn't see stuff.
I don't know.
That's weird.
So, have you ever seen what goes up at the beginning? The welcome to the show, have a seat, sit right down, see
Yeah.
the circus, hear the
The
clown.
gray one? The smoke?
No, it's just a thing
that I put up on the, on the messaging. It's the first thing that comes up every time.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, no, yeah.
Oh, we'll try to find a silly way, a better way to see the day. See? This is think about this show for a minute and listen. Listen, everybody. Everybody listening. I make a point. I got a point to make. Welcome to the show. Have a seat, sit right down. See the circus, hear the clown. We'll try to find a silly way, a better way to see the day. So when this stuff comes and we're dealing with real, we're giving them something real for them. The tools, humanity. I'm not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.
I really wanted to say you were not alone, but I don't have the energy.
How about, you've got a friend in me? Or, I don't even know do you know the words of that one?
Yeah, you got a friend in me.
Okay, sing us out, buddy. Keep going.
What have you? I don't know the rest of the
You
lyrics.
don't know the rest of the
No,
lyrics?
I just know you got a friend
I
in me.
just know you got a friend in me. I love everybody. I hope this was an episode. I see. This is an episode that I'm telling you, this is our show. This is where we bring real and go, we're real, and we're trying to figure it out. Where's the line with anxiety? You can't let it control you. Because if you let it control you,
no hold barred? That's something.
You're a
like that.
sick 18-year-old, and I don't know that there are any holes involved with this.
Holds. Like wrestling, man.
Like wrestling, man?
Or, I think they do that in boxing, too.
Is that what they do?
No hold barred? I don't know.
No holds barred?
I don't know. I actually don't know where that's from. No clue.
It means that you'll do it. It's a fight where there aren't a lot of rules. I don't even know how long I talked, though, after I put the thing up. I talked for a minute.